Future Sharon here. And I just wanted to come on and let you guys know what you'll be seeing in the video. The day before I left Munich, I went to the National Museum because I wanted to spend that day relaxing, just going through the museum and experiencing and looking at all the art and the picture. I love museums. However, my camera wasn't quite working properly, and then I discovered in my editing that my volume was almost non-existent. So what I decided to do was just to show the art, not necessarily you, because you wouldn't have been able to hear me anyhow, and tell you guys what happened on the day that I was supposed to, operative word, supposed to leave Munich. So watch the video and then come back and we could talk. Okay? Alrighty. I don't know why my camera just decided to power off, y'all. It's been acting up. My DJ camera, I don't know what's going on with it. As I'm coming to the last leg of my trip, it's been acting up. So when I get back to Georgia, I'm going to have to send it in for repairs. I don't know what's going on with it. But anyhow, where was I before the camera was so rudely interrupted me? So I'm going to Germanisches National Museum. I'm gonna just chill out there, spend a couple hours. And, you know, I don't think I'm going to go out tonight because I'm tired. And since I have to get up early in the morning, I think I'm going to do an early night. And, I don't know. Well, let's just see. Let's just see where this day takes us. Okay, we're definitely going to the museum, and then we'll see. All right, come on, let's go. So normally, the app takes me through the train station. But today, I'm actually walking past the train station and it's taking me in a completely different direction. So, I'm excited. It's actually a very, very beautiful day out here today. The sun is out. The weather is like, it says it's 56, but it feels more like mid-60s to me. It feels great as I'm walking along. So, since we're going in a different direction today than I normally take, let me flip you all around. So this is where the trail is leading me. Look at this building. I don't know what it is, but it must have some meaning. There is this information here, but it's all in German. I do have a translation thing, but it's on my phone, and I'm using my phone for my navigation. And the way how I have the phone, the tripod, and everything hooked up together, taking them apart, not such a good idea. This must be some, oh, this is where I'm coming. Yeah. Okay, the National Museum. Y'all, I'm here. Okay, this is where I'm coming. Let's go to the entrance. Yeah, here it is. German Museum, National Museum. It feels kind of surreal. It's just, I can't, oh, there's a feeling. And these pillars with the names. So this is when I should have had a tour guide providing information. But it is beautiful here. Oh look, there's a YMCA. Do y'all see that straight ahead? This is the entrance to the National Museum. But I want to take in some more of out here. I can't explain the feeling. It's kind of, it feels kind of surreal here. Okay, I just entered the National Museum. Let me get my ticket. Surreal. Okay, so I got my ticket. Oop. And they told me the best way to do this. Okay. heavy. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I just left the museum. I'm gonna head back to the hotel. I didn't bring my coat because it felt pretty good when I left. I just have a shawl on, but it's certainly dipped. So I'm only 16 minutes from the hotel. So I'm gonna walk back to the hotel, get my coat. Then I'm gonna take myself out to dinner tonight. Again. The museum was interesting. Oh, wait a minute, I need to put my navigation on. Let's do that. Got conflicting information with regards to what I can and couldn't do. So when I walked in with my camera, my selfie stick, everything. The security lady gave me a map, told me how I could go through the museum, maneuver the best way to go, and everything. Gave me all the instruction I needed. So I'm walking in there, and as you can see, at one point, the security guard helped me find the door because I was going to the wrong door. And then all of a sudden, here comes this lady telling me that I can't film in there. So she said, you can't use the camera. She said, you have to lock your camera up. I said, can I put the camera in my bag? She said, it's getting windy, so I want you guys to hear me. She said, yes, you could put the camera in your bag. So I put the camera in my bag, but I kept my selfie stick because I had my phone on it. And she said, you can use the phone, but you can't use the camera. And I'm thinking to myself, well, the phone has a camera on it. What's the difference? But anyhow, I'm in Germany. This is your country, your rules. So I put the camera away, and I started using the phone on my selfie stick. And she watched me put the camera away, watched me put the phone on. Well, the phone was always on the selfie stick. And because she stood back and was watching me for a minute. And then when she felt satisfied that I wasn't going to pull the camera back out, she moved on. So then I'm walking around, went to a different section of the museum. Here comes this other guy now telling me selfie sticks are not allowed. I said, well, okay. The security guard who helped me navigate at the entrance saw this selfie stick, didn't say anything. He said, selfie stick not allowed. I said, okay. He said, you can use your phone, but no selfie stick. And I'm like, what the selfie stick gonna do? But anyhow, after that, I kind of got just the conflicting information. I guess it just depends on who you run into or what authority they want to throw off that day. I just kind of got, I left a bad taste in my mouth, and I left the museum. I'm like, you know what? It's okay if you have a rule that needs to be enforced, but then everybody needs to be told, because it seems like it just depends on whatever mood or whoever is in that time determines what should be done and what should not be done. Because first security guard, no problem. Second security guard, no problem. Third security guard, oh, you can't use the camera, but selfie stick okay. The last oh no, you can't use a selfie stick, but you could use your phone. Anyhow, oh yeah, it's cold. It's gotten really cold. I think it must be in the low 50s now. If I stay out here without a coat much longer, I know I'm gonna get sick. So let me head back to the hotel and get a coat. All right, bye. Well, it's morning. Good morning. It is 5:17 here in Nuremberg, Georgia. As you can see, I'm dressed for travel. I'm leaving. I have to catch my train comes at 6:15. So it's a 3-minute walk to the train station. It's dark outside, but I shall be fine. So I'm going to walk to the train station, catch the train to go to Munich to fly out today. So traveling mercies. I got up, did my devotion, said my prayers, and I am covered. So I shall see you guys. If not at the airport, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. when I get back to Atlanta. I had so much trouble yesterday with my camera. I was doing video. I don't even know if it was videoing, taping, or whatever. But I said, you know what? Forget it. I didn't even close out that video. I decided to make it continue with me returning home. So I shall see you either at the airport or back in Atlanta. Traveling mercies, heading back home. My grandson called me last night to wish me happy birthday, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So when I tell you guys I'm traveling on 1 hour sleep, yeah, and it's going to be an extra long day. Okay, see you guys later. Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed what I could show of the National Museum. Unfortunately, I didn't get as much footage as I hoped I could, because at the end of the video you heard me explain about the different security guards that I ran into, and secondly, you couldn't hear me because for whatever reason, I don't understand why, my mic was not working properly, so you could barely hear me. And I think part of it is too, because I'm in a museum, I have to kind of whisper, so the mic not working properly and me whispering, it just didn't work. But anyhow, c'est la vie. That was that part. Let this brew some more. So you saw me leaving to go to the airport, and actually leaving the hotel. When I left the hotel, it was still very dark in the morning, but it was fine because people was about walking to and fro the bus station, to the bus, to the train, and so forth. So I felt very, very safe walking to the train station. As a matter of fact, before I left the hotel, the concierge that was downstairs, I asked him if it's safe, me walking with my suitcase to the hotel. He's going, yes, you're fine. Nobody's gonna bother you. You're perfectly safe. I just had to inquire, and he was right. So I walked to the train station and looked for the platform that I thought I needed to go to Munich, and I did find a sign that says Munich. There's no elevator, so I had to pull both my suitcases up the stairs. It was interesting. It was like one at a time to get to the platform. Once I got to the platform, there was a gentleman there, and I wanted to make sure I was on the right platform. And I asked him if this is a train to Munich, and he said yes, but it's late. I'm like, it's late? It was the right platform, but the wrong time. I went to the 5:30 train, and my train was at 6:15. And when I got to the platform, it was 5:35. He said, but it's late. And I said, oh, okay, well, that's good. I could at least get on this earlier train. And then he says, but it's not leaving till 5:45. And I said, okay. So we were just standing there talking, and then he went and he looked at the time, and the time changed to 5:50. And then he said, let's catch the 6 o'clock train. He said, there's another train that leaves at 6. Let's go catch that. And when he said that, I looked at him. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, all right, because he wasn't sure whether or not that train was coming because it kept being delayed. So I said, okay, I have two suitcases. I have to take them down. And he says, no, I'll take them down for you. I said, they're heavy. He said, no. And he was trying to take both suitcases. I said, let me help you. They're my suitcases. They're heavy. He says, no. I'll take them down. That man took my two suitcases down the stairs for me. And then when we got to the other platform for the 6 o'clock train, I said, will you allow me to help you take them up? Because, rolling them down is easier than taking them up. It's harder. He says, no. He said, you stay here I'll take it one at a time. You stay here with this one. I'll take it up there. He took it up. He put it on the landing, and he came back down, and he got the other one. Let me tell you something. When I tell you God planned this trip, not me, because he put angels every step of the way for me, and it was greatly appreciated. So we went to the other platform for the train that was leaving at 6. That one was on time, so we got on the train, and he helped me secure my bag in the luggage part of the train. Yeah, when we got to Munich, Munich is a hub. There's different trains all everywhere, platforms, and everything is happening. And he knows the train. He lives there, so he knows the train station very well. He said to me, when the train stopped because Munich was the was where we were getting off at. That was the end of the line. When the train stopped, he got my luggage. He said, "I will take you to where to where you need to be to catch the train to go to the airport." He said, "I will take you there." Yeah, I didn't have to even try and figure it out. The man said, he looked at me, he said, "I'll take you to where you need to be to catch the train to go to the airport." I looked at him and I said, "Thank you, I greatly appreciate that." So he got me, he took my luggage, got off the train and took me to where I needed to go to catch the I needed the S something train, I don't remember now, to get to the airport. So he took me to the landing. He said, "This is where you need to catch the train. It should be here in about, I think, like 5-6 minutes." He said, "Have a safe trip back home." And I said to him, "Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate you." And he said, "You are a very blessed woman." And I said to him, "You were a blessing to me today. I appreciate you." And then he went on his way. I waited for the train, got on the train, went to the airport in plenty of time. I was so early, it's pathetic. Because my flight leaves at 12. Was supposed to leave at 12. And I got to the airport at 7. Because I got to the airport like at 8, somewhere around 8 o'clock. So I got to the airport in plenty of time. I was traveling Air France, a Delta partner, and checked my bags, checked in, went to my gate, went through the immigration, the searching process, all of that. So got to my gate and sitting there. So I was there like almost 4 hours early. So got me something to eat and just sitting, listening to my music. Around 11 o'clock, I noticed that, you know how they come to the gate, the desk early and start setting up and so forth. I'm like, gosh, nobody's here yet. What's going on? And about 11:15, someone finally shows up. And apparently they made an announcement because I didn't hear it. But supposedly they made an announcement. And at 11:30, I noticed that there wasn't boarding, starting boarding. I'm like, the flight leaves at 12. Why aren't we boarding? So I went up to the counter and the lady said, "Your flight was canceled." "What do you mean my flight was canceled?" I said, "I didn't hear an announcement." She said, "We made an announcement when I came to the desk. You may not have heard it." And I'm like, "Well, obviously I didn't hear it." She said, "Your flight was canceled." I'm like, "What? So what?" She said the plane that was supposed to come from Paris, because I had a layover in Paris, that's supposed to take us to Paris didn't come. I said, "So what do we do now?" She said, "Delta will be contacting you with arrangement." So I didn't want to wait in Delta, so I immediately got online with Delta and was working with Delta to find another flight out. Unfortunately, I was not the only one working with Delta to find another flight out. Everybody who was on that flight was working with Delta to find another flight out. I thought I was able to get a flight out later, the 1 o'clock flight. But the representative who was working with me came back to me and she said, "Oh, Miss Chandler, I am so sorry. That one is all booked up. We weren't able to get you on that one. It's all booked up." She said, "The only thing," she said, what do you want to do?" I said, "Listen, I need to get home." I said, "So what's available?" So she was like, "Well, you could take Lufthansa to go to here, and then you could get your American to go to here." And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that." I am very picky about the airlines I fly on. I don't fly American. If American airline go there, I'm not going on it. I'm sorry. I said, "I don't know about Lufthansa, but I know about American. I will not fly American Airlines. I don't. I just don't." I said, "I'm not doing that." She said, "Well," then she came back and she said, "The only other thing we have is we can fly you out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., a straight through flight on Delta. You will not have a layover. It'll be a straight through flight." I said to her, "So what about tonight? I am in Munich. What about tonight?" She said, "Delta we will put you up at a hotel. a hotel will be provided for you for the night. I said, okay, fine. I said, well, how do I get that information? She said, you're going to have to go back to the front to Air France, their partner. So you're going to have to go back to the Air France counter, and they will provide you all the information. I said, okay. So I went back out the airport to the front to Air France, and when I went to Air France, she said, yes, your flight was canceled, and yes, Delta has you booked for a 9 a.m. flight, and we're going to get you to a hotel. I said, okay, fine. And I said, well, what about my luggage that was checked? She said, oh, you have to get your luggage. I said, so where's my luggage? She said, your luggage is in Terminal D. How do I get to Terminal D? Unfortunately, I have to go, the way how it's, I have to go back through security to get to Terminal D. Okay. So she gave me the information for the hotel, got all the information, and so now I am going back through security to get to Terminal D. So I go back through security, go to Terminal D, and I'm waiting, and I'm looking. My suitcase isn't there, and I'm looking. There's no suitcase. So there was nobody in Terminal D, no help, nobody there, nobody at the desk, nobody to ask any questions. So there was this guy, you know, they have at the exit, a security at the exit so nobody can come in. So I went to him, and unfortunately, he barely speaks English. I don't speak German, and all he could tell me is that he can't help me. He's just security. So I'm standing there, I'm like, well, maybe I just need to wait. And then finally, someone comes to the desk. Praise the Lord. And when I went to the desk to talk to him, as I am talking to him about my suitcase, this lady who was standing next to me, she said, you looking for your suitcase too? I said, yes. She said, were you on that Air France flight that got canceled? I said, yes. She says, I am here looking for my suitcase too, because they say you have to collect your suitcase tonight. I said, I know that. That's what I'm trying to find. So the guy said he didn't know where our suitcases was. And we said, listen, the Air France representative told us the suitcase will be here, Terminal D. We had to go back through security to get here. So where's our suitcase? So we gave him our ticket, and he went on the phone and called, and then he said, oh, your suitcase is not in Terminal D, it's in Terminal E. So we had to exit through Terminal D, go to the front, go back through security again to get to Terminal E. Now this is my third time going through security. By this time, the people at the security know me, and they also know the lady, because that was her fourth time going through, trying to find her luggage, and they're asking us what's wrong. Thank God for her, she speaks German. So we both went to Terminal E together. She actually knew where Terminal E was because she had already been there. And she said, I was there, my bag wasn't there. And he told us, go back there, your bag is there. So we go back to Terminal E, go to the front, go through security, go back to Terminal E. As we're entering Terminal E, she said, oh, my bag. She sees her bag. She's so happy. I'm like, and I'm happy for her. I'm like, yeah, your bag is here. And I said, let me look for my bag. She said, I'll wait for you while you look for your bag. So I'm walking around the terminal looking for my bag. No bag. My suitcase is not there. And nobody's there to answer any questions except for the security. And the security said, the only thing I can tell you is to go back to the front. You have to take bad something make laugh. But let me tell you, God put angels there for me, because the lady, she spoke, she says, I'm going to come with you, because at least I can, for the ones, I speak German, so I can interpret for you. She said, I'm coming with you. She said to me, I'm not leaving you until you get your bag. She was so sweet. God bless her. So she comes back to the front with me, and we went to the counter, and they told us that we needed to go somewhere else, some lost luggage place. As we are walking to the lost luggage place, I remembered, I don't know why I didn't remember. I remembered I have air tags on my bags whenever I travel. And I'm like, Sharon, you ding dong. Your air tags would tell you where your bag is. So as we're walking, I pull up my app, pull up the air tag app, and I'm walking, and it's telling me I'm walking towards my bag. So I'm like, wait a minute. My bag is not in Terminal E or Terminal D. We're walking towards Terminal B. That's where lost luggage is. And it's telling me that's where my bag is. So we're walking, and I showed her. She said, oh, we're walking towards your bag. I said, yes. Let me get a sip here. I said, yes. So when we get to that area, it tells me that my bag was somewhere below right where we were. So I went to the lady and I showed her, I said, my bag is somewhere here. And she said, oh, your bag is down in Terminal B. I said, apparently. She said, I'll give you a pass to go through security so you could go to Terminal B. That would have been my fourth time. However, when she gave me the pass and I went to the gate agent to go through security to get to Terminal B, he told me I couldn't go in. I said, my bag is down there. He said, you are not allowed in Terminal B because there are no arrivals for Terminal B. So therefore, nobody's allowed in Terminal B. So I went back to the help desk, to the lost luggage desk. Me and, what was her name? Was it Cassandra? I can't remember her name because she was talking to me with the gate, talking for me with the gate agent. So we went back, and then she started telling the girl, she said, listen, she can't get through. The guy sent her blah, 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 blah. So then she said, hold on, let me go check. So she went somewhere and she came back and she said, I can't find your luggage. I said, do you see this? It has an air tag in there. It's saying my luggage is down here, right under me. It's literally right under me. What's down here? She said, Terminal B. So that's where my luggage is. So she said, hold on, let me get a supervisor. So she went and she got a supervisor, and the supervisor came, and I'm showing her where my air tag says my luggage is. So the supervisor says, okay, I'll be right back. The supervisor left. She was gone for about 15-20 minutes, and she came back. I can't find your luggage. I can't find your luggage. So now it's been about this whole escapade, it's been about 2 hours. This woman, Cassandra, I think it was her name, she stayed with me for over 2 hours trying to help me locate my suitcase. She finally looks at me and she says, Sharon, I am so sorry, I have to leave. I'm like, listen, I understand you have to leave. You have your suitcase. This is not your problem. But you were generously offered your time to help me to find mine. And I greatly appreciate that trust and belief. I understand you got to leave. You've been with me for 2 hours interpreting and speaking for me. I understand. You have done all you can do. I am where I need to be. They have to just find my suitcase because I know where it is. They just have to find it, and there's nothing else you can do for me. And we gave each other a hug. Let me tell you. And she left. So now the supervisor, she left again. And while the supervisor left again, another lady comes with the same situation. Her luggage is lost. But fortunately, she was traveling with her husband. So because every time you leave the luggage area, if to get back in, you have to go through security. Her and her husband decided to split up. He stayed in the luggage area, and she came to the front, to the lost luggage desk to see where her luggage is. So she again is talking, trying to figure out where her luggage is, and they told her her luggage is where her husband is, and she said, my husband is there, it's not there. But eventually her luggage came out. So she said to me, my husband is there. Tell me what your luggage looked like so he could look for your luggage. So I tried, my luggage is a set. So I said, it's just a bigger one of the small one here. And it has my initial on it, SRBC, right across the top. So she calls her husband and tells him, look for this luggage. So let me tell you, angels all the way around. So her husband is in the terminal where the set of luggage should be. And I said to her, you know, I doubt very much that my luggage is there, because my luggage is here. Because I have an air tag on my luggage and it's telling me my luggage is right here below me in terminal B. So I don't believe my luggage is in D. I don't think so. Because I don't see where it's moved. It's not moved. It's still showing me that it's below me. But anyhow, they looked, it wasn't there. And I thought, but I appreciated the effort. I appreciated her trying to help me. Everybody was just trying to help each other figure it out, because there were tons of luggage that was lost, not where they're supposed to be. So then the supervisor come back, can't find my luggage. I pulled my phone, I said, it's here. She said, but I can't find it. I don't know where. We'll look for it. What hotel are you staying at? And we'll send it to your hotel. Absolutely not. My flight leaves at 9 a.m. in the morning. What guarantee do I have that you guys gonna find my luggage? You can't find it now. How are you telling me you're gonna find it after I leave? I have to leave with my luggage. I am telling you, my luggage is here, right below in Terminal B, whatever is below there. And she said, well, it may not be in Terminal B. It could be still in the transportation cart or on the something. She said it may not be in the terminal because we couldn't find it. It may be on a cart somewhere. Oh, really? And we just can't find it. So I'm saying, listen, I have an air tag. My air tag is telling me my luggage is right here. So y'all gotta just look and find my luggage. So she said, 1 minute, please, 1 minute. And she left and she came back. She said, the worker who she had helping her looking for my luggage, he had to leave. It was time for him to leave, but the other worker is on his way, and he knows the airport very well. So if I could wait 15 minutes or so for him to come to work, then she will send him to look for my luggage. I'm like, okay. By this time it's after 3. I've been at the airport. I woke up at 4 something. I've been at the airport all day. So by this time it's after 3. Spent the whole day in the airport. Been through immigration 4 times. Security 4 times. I'm the most secure person there. So I said, okay. So when she said that and she went on her merry way, and I sat down. Yeah, I'm like, what is wrong with you, Sharon? Why haven't you done what you know you need to do? Why have you tried to do this, figure this out, and solve this on your own? You know better than that. You need to pray. So I sat there, I closed my eyes, and I started praying. And I just prayed, asking for his help. I asked him for the next person they send to find my luggage, that he shows them where my luggage is and bring my luggage to me. I don't know what was wrong with me. That should have been my first thing I do when I was going through this whole rigmarole, is pray. Because I understand the power of prayer. I know it. So I prayed. When the guy came, the supervisor came with the guy, and he said, you have an air tag in your luggage? I said, yes. He said, and I showed him, I said, it says my luggage is here. So he looked at it, he widened it, and he looked, and he said, okay, I'll be back. Not even 10 minutes. He went downstairs. Not even 10 minutes later, here comes the man with my suitcase. I jumped up and I hugged. He was so shocked. It's a natural thing for me. I jumped up and I just hugged him. I said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And he said to me, my suitcase was on, like the lady thought, was on one of the transportation thing that transported the suitcases. He said, if you did not have an air tag on it, I would not have been able to find it, because where it was, it should not have been. It was just sitting on one of the transportation truck. He said your suitcase was in a place it should not have been, and without your air tag, I would not have found it. Yeah, when you travel, make sure you put air tags on your suitcases, on your check bags, okay? Make sure you have air tags on your check bag just in case. Because this has never happened with me before when my baggage was lost. But I always travel with air tags. And this time it paid off, because the man said to me, without my air tags, he would not have been able to find my suitcase because it was where it should not have been. I thanked him. I left the airport and went to the hotel. To Delta's credit, they put me up in an amazing 5-star hotel. I had dinner and I had breakfast the next morning. I'm still going to contact Delta, because even though it wasn't their fault, it wasn't their plane, it was their partner plane, but it's their partner. Because I missed my grandson's karate thing on Friday that I needed to see, because Air France flight was canceled. But they put me up in a 5-star hotel, beautiful hotel. Dinner on them, got up, breakfast on them, got to the airport the next morning, got on my flight, sat down, and came to home safely. So let me tell y'all something. It wasn't as I planned, but it worked out. That's the reason why I only fly Delta, because no airline is perfect, but they're going to try their best to make it right. They're going to try their best to make it right. So Delta is still my #1 airline, no matter what. I really appreciate them, because, you know, the fact of the matter is stuff happened. So I'm very thankful to our Heavenly Father that I'm here safely. Let me tell y'all something. My grandson, I missed his thing because of the situation with my canceled flight. When I text my family that I landed, because obviously I was communicating with them with the situation that I had to stay an extra day because my flight was canceled, and my daughter was like, your grandson want to see you. I'm like, I know. So when I texted I landed, about an hour later, my daughter called me. She said, your grandson wants to see you. I'm like, Lee, I'm exhausted. My flight was 10 hours. I was on a 10-hour flight. I feel like I've been traveling for 2 days, which I have, because I got up early the day before, got up early this morning. So I feel like I've been traveling for 2 days. I said, just give me the night. Just give me the night, and you can bring him in the morning. 6 a.m. Saturday morning, my daughter called me. Your grandson wants to come over. Sissy, I have to call you back, okay? Let me call you back. Okay. She said, Ma, he's up, and he's like, I want to go to Nana. I was like, you know what? Bring him over. So I had him all weekend. I have had no rest, y'all. No rest. I've had him all weekend. He was like, you left me went away for over a week. You can't do that. But anyhow, I am so thankful to the Heavenly Father that He provided angels every step of the way for me. And I am home safely, reunited with my family, my grandson. So that's the long and the short of it. I thoroughly enjoyed Germany. Thoroughly enjoyed Germany. I will be going back by the grace of God if He allows it, and this time I want to visit Munich. The people were amazing. I had a great time. Absolutely loved every moment of it. And even with the fiasco with the airport, People was helpful. People were very, very helpful, even with that little blip in my travel plans. Every step of the way, God provided his angel, I tell you. And I greatly appreciate that. So, you guys, thank you so very much. Make sure you have ear tags in your suitcases. Remember to thumbs up, comment, and share. I greatly appreciate all of your support. And I always leave with find a reason to smile. And my reason for smiling is Psalms 41. And it says, I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and he heard my cry. Y'all, when I turned to God and prayed and asked him to help that young man, to help whoever was coming to go look for my suitcase, for him to show him where my suitcase was and to find it. Because prior to him, there were 3 or 4 other people looking for the suitcase. Even though I showed them where it was with the air tag, when I prayed, he heard my cry and answered me, y'all. He heard me. And for that reason, I smile. I hope that makes you smile as well when he hears you and he answers y'all. Ooh, the power of prayer. And until next time, this is Sharon saying bye-bye.